Hey guys, what's up? Joker here, and I want to just discuss the whole, Twitch ad revenue drama crap, uh, and just give my opinion about it. So before we get into that, please leave a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel, and yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna move it over to the screen right now and just get off the one. So okay, this tweet's been out there for a few days. Uh, Twitch considering changes to partner program. This is from Bloomberg. Uh, Currently discuss ideas not finalized, incentives for more ads, new rev split where it goes down to 50-50, new tier system, no more exclusivity, changes could be implemented this summer. So just off all that, and as you see, I have more tabs. Uh, I think, obviously this is a bad idea. I think that's not, an uncommon opinion or whatever, but it's an opinion and it's mine. So I'll explain a little bit what's behind that. So more ads. I don't know how many people go on Twitch and they see an ad and they stay through it. I don't have that number. I don't think a lot of people do have that number. I guess 99% don't stay. I think the 1% is if you're watching XQC or something like that. If you're watching, you're watching the streamer, you just don't have a sub or something like that. And it's just like then you'll stay. But the ads on Twitch are really horrible. They're I sometimes get, 3, 6, unskippable, and it's like like if you're on the computer, the stream will go like up here near your top right and it'll be super tiny, it'll be muted. You can't really understand what is going on. You're just seeing this stupid Taco Bell ad, or you're seeing this Rocket Mortgage ad, or whatever the hell other ad is, that you really just don't care about. You want to watch your stream. But if you go on YouTube, you watch an ad, it's 30 seconds, you can skip it in 5, or it's 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and you're just going in, and then it's like, oh, if you're not feeling that video, then you can dip into something else. But it's really annoying how Twitch does it, where it's like, nah, I'm not feeling the stream. I gotta go, watch someone else. And it's like, boom, you get another 6 layer ads. They're like 15, 30 seconds, not skippable, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go and do something else. So when I see incentives for more ads, I'm like, okay, so are they gonna revamp the ad system so it's not completely terrible? I understand they gotta make money somehow. They have to have ads, and like that's the easiest way to make money for these type of streaming services and stuff like that. Um, but it's gotta be good so it doesn't ruin the experience. And how I think they can do ads is um you know more like banner type things, put the ads embedded into the page where like changes or something like that. Say it's like a movie and it's like, hey, this movie bought an ad rights to Twitch, and it's like, okay, changes the page. So it's like there. It's less intrusive, it's annoying, but it's less intrusive and it doesn't ruin the experience. If you want a video ad, why can't it be like, okay, let's just have these like skip in 5 seconds. Like I don't get that. Like the advertisers already have those type of ads ready to go because they do it on YouTube. And then also, what I think is also bad about their Twitch ads is that when you're going into one stream and you watch all your ads, but you're not feeling it, and then you dip into another one, you immediately have to watch ads. I think they need to find a way to do that. I mean, it's going in and finding better APIs to like address the situation and say, hey, this person watched ads, he's good for an hour. You don't need to watch ads for an hour or, 30 minutes or something like that so that I can go into and actually explore other streams. And I think that's where it's also really harmful. It's like, I don't want to explore other streams. I just want to go to what I know is good rather than looking around for something. And that is a really big problem. And I think, you can say that YouTube gaming, whatever, the live streaming doesn't have good discoverability, and it doesn't. I mean, it's really bad. That page is really bad. They should just YouTubeize it. I don't know why they haven't. made it like actually good. But I mean, Twitch's discoverability is nothing to really write home about. It's just you see top streamers, and that's basically it. You're not going to see like smaller creators. Usually, sometimes they will kind of give you it, but it's like you're going to see mostly like 10K Andes and stuff like that. So I think it also hurts discoverability. The rev split, you know, it goes back to the ads thing, and it's like they're not making money on Twitch. I've seen a lot of different things discussing it. I pulled this up, and it's like advertising revenue 750 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, but I'll get into it why it's not that much money. When you compare other things, you look at this revenue 2.3 billion. That's just revenue, and I don't know if they really Amazon breaks out Twitch into a separate category. I know Alphabet breaks YouTube out into a separate category and like discusses YouTube better. But I mean, these are the stats, and this is 2020. This revenue here, and this is also 2020. This isn't income. Twitch definitely burns a lot of money. Whether it's those like Prime benefits you get, they have to pay for that. I mean, yeah, it's a stupid skin to you and something like that, but they're paying for it in order to make a company have it. Um, the Twitch drops that, like for Overwatch 2, that beta thing, that's an ad that somebody's probably paying them. Because it wouldn't make any sense for Twitch to like pay for that. It's kind of like a weird thing. That's I mean, those Twitch drops, those are ads. I mean, it benefits Twitch because obviously more people watch Twitch just to get the drop and they dip out, or because like I'm not gonna get into this whole thing where it's like, okay, for Overwatch 2, how many people actually were watching streams? Like watching, not just had it on their laptop over in some corner and they were doing something else. It's like it boosts engagement, and I think Twitch doesn't care because that person's gonna get a hit with an ad. That person, is a daily active user, monthly active user. They can boost their stats up. They're not really gonna care. They just want you to open a stream. So that's why Twitch drops are good because it boosts up engagement and stuff like that. But Twitch, you look at this, they probably don't make money. They're way earlier than YouTube. Um, and YouTube is just more important, obviously, to Alphabet than it is to Amazon. I wanted to go over the quarterly earnings for both companies. Both did announce it just this last week. Amazon's was not good. Alphabet's was all right. Just a disclosure: I do own shares in Microsoft. I do own and Alphabet. It's just when I'm saying one was bad and one was all right. That's the consensus, and both stocks did reflect that. Um, but yes, stocks have had problems, and that's also a whole different thing. So you look at this for Amazon. I was actually surprised that they do have a lot of advertisement revenue. 7.88 billion is what they had. This number right here is just expected. This is what analysts were hoping, and if you don't meet it, it's like okay, then there's a lot of research. It's really complicated why this number is popped out as unexpected. AWS is a monster, 18.44 billion, and their overall revenue it was a slight beat. EPS was a miss. I'm not gonna get into all that, but that's why they had a bad quarter for a lot of reasons. But you see that advertisement revenue. Now let me just explain this really quick. Both Alphabet and Amazon had lower advertising revenue than was expected. This could be chalked up to saying, hey, the economy is slowing. This is the first thing that happens usually when you notice the economy is slowing is ad spend goes down. It's because, people want to rein in their spending. So that's a big key there. But also is a big key is Jeff Bezos is not the CEO of Amazon. It's Andy Jassy. He used to run AWS. Bezos, I think, is just a chairman. So he's not the one running it. So people were like, but people are going to still make memes about Jeff Bezos just because nobody knows who this guy is. But yeah, you got to look at this. Amazon is increasing Prime. They're trying to compensate and make money. I mean, you could say they're slowing down a bit in some areas. web and cloud are basically the only two they're growing in. So when you look at it, they need Twitch to make some money. And the easiest way is, okay, web split needs to go down. Exclusivities, we don't need those anymore because we're wasting money tying people down. But I also think that's a bad thing because if you don't have exclusivities, why the hell are people going to watch Twitch? I think back to E3 every year. When you want to watch E3 on Twitch, I remember they had like special drops for watching it on Twitch. Dude, the streams will crash every time. And it's like, how are you not expecting this? You're expecting millions of people. Because we've seen it the previous years before. And it's like, okay, let's go to YouTube. And YouTube's player is on point. It looks good. It's always crisp and it works. And that's just something I just don't understand Twitch. Like why their player has never improved. I've never seen it get adapted. I feel like it's been the same for so long. And I think that's where people also having this disconnect is what is Twitch using? What's Amazon doing to make Twitch a better experience to where maybe this could be more tolerable? I feel like Twitch has been the same website for the most part in terms of interface, player, and stuff like that for a long time. Yes, they added Prime, the Twitch Prime. That's also a big. I would be shocked if they got rid of that because I would see a lot of streamers get very pissed about that because then they're not making as much money. Twitch Prime was a huge thing. It elevated a lot of people into full time. Um, and it's just I don't think you're gonna see people say, "Well, I'm gonna step up and spend the $5," because I don't think multiple people are gonna do that. They just didn't do it before. Why are they gonna do it now? Type thing. And I think also with this exclusivity being gone, you know, partners will probably leave and go to YouTube where it's like a better experience. You get bigger revenue split, and they've said this before. They're just going to stay at 70%. They're adding more things. They're trying to refine super chats and make the whole chatting experience better. I've seen live streams on YouTube, and this is just my general opinion. I don't think the chat really matters too much. There's some streamers where it does, but there's some where it really doesn't. And I think overall is if YouTube can get their chat to where it's not really garbage to Twitch, where it's like a standard that's there, I think more people are going to move over to YouTube. I've because also here's the thing: is like if there's a big exodus of people, not like the small exoduses where with like Mixer and stuff like that. I think more people are going to move off Twitch just in general, and that's not a good thing for Twitch because then it's like you're not going to have anybody to monetize. So it's like, what's the point? Um, but yeah, so let's look at Alphabet. So just YouTube, 6.887 billion. That's what they had. It was expected 7.5. So you look at that, YouTube's ad revenue is almost as much as Amazon as an entire company. YouTube is a way bigger entity than Twitch. Just in terms of numbers and everything. I mean, you go to this, I don't know if this is accurate, and this is also, I assume, it's in European. So it's March 7th, 2.6 monthly active users. This was earlier this year in January, 140 million monthly active users. That's about a half of Twitter. If that's also a reference, Twitter's like around 330 million, something like that for monthly active users or some. So you notice why YouTube makes more ad revenue and why also Google probably takes them more seriously is because they're a big deal. 140 million active users, that's a lot of people visiting a website or something like that. But it's not making enough to where they're having to make a lot of changes. And I think Twitch, Amazon really, they're not an ad company. Google is an ad company. They make over 90% of their revenue through ads. They know what they're doing when it comes to ads. That's why the ad experience on YouTube is really, really good. And honestly, the skip ad idea was a really, really good idea. And I don't think a lot of people would have done it because it would have forced advertisers. It forces advertisers to adjust. Like when you see those 5-second ads, they have to make those 5-second ads. I don't think they're really great because 5 seconds isn't enough to convey a point through, but they're also really well targeted too, and I think that's important. YouTube's ads are better targeted to you than Twitch's ads. I feel like Twitch's ads are just, hey, Joe Blow bought this spot. Let's put Joe Blow's ad on this pay on our, ad thingamajig roller and roll this out to a bunch of random people. It's like I'm 20 and I'm getting an ad for Rocket Mortgage. What am I going to do with that? And what am I going to do? Tell my parents, hey, use Rocket Mortgage for your mortgage when you go buy a company, buy a house or refinance? It's like, that makes no sense. Or if it's like, a 40-year-old getting an ad for Taco Bell. It's like, does that really hit? I mean, it's food and we got to eat, but like, does that really fit that target audience? But YouTube, since Google owns them and you search things through Google, they're better. They know how to optimize and target you better. So it's just overall the experience is a better thing. Now, also, Amazon could do the same thing. People use Amazon. You have your same Prime account. You can target people really well. It's just I feel like they choose not to, and that's more on them. That's why their ads suck and why they have to play so many of them and have to trap you in. You have to watch the 30-second ad because it's something you don't care about, and it's also something that's why they have to get their point across. It's just a cycle that just doesn't stop. And I feel like you look at this, how is Twitch only at 140 million? I think it's just more people don't like live content. They miss out. They feel like they miss out, so they're missing context. They're like, "Hey, what's happening?" And then they just nope out. YouTube, it's a VOD usually, not known as a live streaming thing, but they can obviously improve that. And it's easier to feel like you're a part of something watching a VOD because you're seeing the whole context there. Um, so how do I think about this? I'm a small streamer. I'm not gonna matter if I leave Twitch and go to YouTube. I've thought about it just from the sense that I feel like myself in YouTube, I've been growing better and I'm getting more exposure in YouTube rather than Twitch, but that's just more. I think of it more so as there's more eyeballs on YouTube, so I have a better likelihood of getting more people to look at my thing rather than Twitch. Um, Also, I've been, on Twitch for a bit. They have changed the requirements to be an affiliate and to be a partner, and that's to gatekeep them from having to, pay out money and stuff like that. But also, I don't think ads play on people who are like, aren't an affiliate and stuff like that. But they just want to make it more complicated so they don't have to dole out more money. They don't have to worry about that stream or something like that. They don't have to worry about implementing ads. You saw this with YouTube too. They've done this before. They want to gatekeep who is a partner because it's just, you know, the ad will start playing and you want to make sure this isn't just some random person. But it was weird seeing Twitch do that just all the span in a short time of span, just out of nowhere. Um, but I also feel like the exclusivity thing is like weird. Like I said this earlier, it's like if there's no exclusivity and I can watch this stream on YouTube, why am I gonna watch this stream on Twitch rather than YouTube? That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make sense. So it's like, say it's like Asmongold or Pokemon or someone. They're just allowed to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube. Are you gonna stay on Twitch or are you gonna stay on YouTube? Because when you go on YouTube, I've seen live streams. I'm not subbed to anybody or whatever they call it on YouTube. I don't get an ad when I go into that channel. I see the experience. It really is the same. It's like, why wouldn't I just go to YouTube where I know the player is better, it's more stable, it looks better, stuff like that. It's like, why? Why is the consumer? Why would I stay on Twitch? So that really, to me, if they do that, I think Twitch might spiral and might lose a lot of those monthly active users. And then it comes down to Amazon. Are they willing to pay for this? It goes to that, with Microsoft had to make a decision with Mixer. Is it worth paying for it? Twitch is kind of like Twitter and Google. It was the first thing. It's more synonymous in live streaming, but MySpace was also a first. I don't think anyone uses MySpace anymore. So it could go that way where just, YouTube has more money, YouTube has more trust and management. As you can see, management physically breaks, it's so important that they break out the revenue in their earnings rather than Amazon. Here's ad revenue, which is a part of ad revenue. I actually don't know how they classify Twitch. Twitch is a web service. AWS is more of like, they're selling their service to Netflix, which they do. Netflix runs off AWS. So I mean, like, they put Twitch under like advertising revenue, and they don't get a breakout. That nobody cares. Um, I feel like eventually someone is going to start paying attention. Is like, what is this on the balance sheet that is on our income statement? What is this hemorrhaging money, and why is there no growth here? I think somebody has started to pay attention and say, we need more growth in terms of money, and we need to address this. So I don't know how this is going to go. It could go as a bunch of things that Twitch has done, in terms of like the DMCA and music playing and stuff like that. It's like a bunch of people get used to it and just don't care. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But yeah, and we also don't know if this is true. I mean, like, it's one article. It is Bloomberg, so I mean, it's a pretty reputable source, but it's not 100% right there in your face. Like, hey, in a Twitch blog, this stuff is real and happening. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Like, leave a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And sorry the video took so long, but it was a lot of thoughts I had to get off. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.